Hey guys, Tony back again. Horror in Todge. Hope everyone's good. It's Bank Holiday Monday here in the UK, so I'm off work. I'm going to do another video which is a bit late, and it is my top 20 90s horror movies. So this was like a tag created by good friends of mine, Jason, Horrific Nightmares JM, and Joe the Horror Man. I'm sure everyone who's watching this knows who them two guys are. Definitely check them out, guys. They give you a theme to do your top 20 on, and luckily this month's theme was 90s, so I'm going to go through my top 90s films, guys. So I'll go from 20 down to 1 being my favourite, and yeah, it's all stuff I own, and I'm not going to go with 2 out of the same franchise, so they'll all be different franchises. So starting off from number 20 is an Adrian Lyne film, and it's Jacob's Ladder. This is always been a really good one. It's got Tim Robbins in it, out of Shawshank Redemption. He's quite young in this, and it basically follows he's like an ex-military guy, been in, like, I don't know if it was like the Falklands or something, I can't remember what it was, but some war, and basically they've been given these drugs to help with their mental health and stuff, and he starts seeing lots of images and weird imagery. It's a really creepy film. I need it on Blu-ray, to be fair, if there is one out there. I think it'd help a lot, because I watched this DVD not long ago and it's not the best quality, but really disturbing film. Some quite creepy imagery, quite a slow burn though, so not for everyone's taste. But that's my number 20, Jacob's Ladder. My number 19 is a film by John Carpenter. This is the, I think it's Spanish edition. It's got Sam Neill in it, and it's In the Mouth of Madness. Really good film about a guy tracking an author, and Sam Neill's character plays a great character. Great stuff from John Carpenter. One of his best films, I think. And it's just really creepy. It goes down a really dark path that you don't think it's going to go down. And like I say, this is a Spanish version, but it's English. I haven't even opened it yet because I've got it on DVD somewhere. But this is a nice Blu-ray. So In the Mouth of Madness is my number 19, guys. Love that film. I have to rewatch it, actually. Number 18. Tahishi Mikey's Audition. Haven't opened this one again because I've got it on DVD. But this is a brilliant movie, guys. Really another one that's unexpected. Everyone says the 90s was bad for horror, but I thought it was really good, because stuff like this was amazing. It's like basically like a Japanese guy, he's auditioning to get his next wife, someone with loads of money, and he's like quite, you know, thinks he's a dog's bollocks sort of thing, but he sort of picks this girl who's like perfect in every way. Then she's got scars and everything all over her, and you find out later on it just takes the weirdest turn, a turn for the worst. Some of the scenes in this are the worst you'll see. It's just brutal. But Audition, if you haven't seen it, guys, Tahishi Mikey's Audition, definitely get on this. Really slow burn again, but amazing payoff. Great film, love it. My number 17 is, I know everyone hates this movie, but I really like it. Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. It just brings back childhood memories, guys. I used to rent this all the time on VHS. This is the nice German media book. I haven't even opened this because I've got it on Blu-ray already. But yeah, it's just I could just remember so many memories. This was from a film from 1991, Wes Craven, obviously, and it's just pure madness. It's like first real time I can remember 3D coming out, and it had like the 3D glasses in the case you used to rent from the video shop, and they used to do like this sort of thing with a hand in the film, and to put your glasses on, and it just used to always intrigue me. And I really love the it's not the best Freddy in the franchise, but I really enjoy it for a 90s movie. Really corny Freddy in this one, of course. Later on, really one-liners galore, and I really love the video game kill. That's amazing, and it always sticks in my head. Remember Freddy's daughter and that going round and round in circles like Groundhog Day. Just great bit of cheesy fun. I love it. Freddy's Dead is my number 17. Sorry guys, I have to keep looking because you know as I get mixed up. Number 16, The Cemetery Man, or Dylan yeah, so this is Michelle Surveys, I think that's how you say it, Cemetery Man, and it's just an absolute bonkers movie. When did this one come out? I think 94. And it basically follows this guy who works at a morgue, and dead bodies sort of keep coming back, and he's sort of the like zombies walking around. It's got a tongue-in-cheek sort of stuff. Then he starts to have this relationship with one of them, and it's just really strange and bizarre. Some of the scenes in this are really bizarre, but great film, great fun. I love it. And yeah, that's Delamore. Number 15, watched this again recently, Exorcist 3, William Peter Blatty. George C. Scott, brilliant in this. And yeah, just absolutely brilliant. I love this film. Not too keen on the director's cut though. You know, the what's it called, the Legion cut. That's just a bit misplaced, but I like the theatrical cut. Really good, really deep, some really creepy moments. And like I say, I love William C. Scott. I love him in The Changeling as well. Just absolutely brilliant film. If you haven't seen this one, guys. And that scene where the one of the scariest scenes ever in my eyes, where the guy with these big scissors is following the everyone will know if they've seen it, following the nurse out the room. It just catches you by surprise. Awesome film. Exorcist 3, that was my number 15. Number 14, Wes Craven's People Under the Stairs. Another one I've always loved. Childhood memories, renting it from the video shop. Really good sort of take on home invasion spun around on its head. So you get a young teenager and a criminal break into this house thinking they've got money in there, and they find out they've got people under the stairs. So they're sort of collecting all these kids from years ago, cutting the tongues out, and they're a bit zombified. And they have a daughter upstairs. Really strange, really weird, really 90s, gritty. Wes Craven at his best. Love it. If you haven't seen this one, get on it. People Under the Stairs, guys. That's my number 14. Number 13 on my list. Try and get through it a bit quicker. Kevin Bacon, Stir of Echoes. And I've just picked this Blu-ray up. Had it on DVD. I've just got this the other day. Awesome. David Knope. Great film. Great atmosphere. I think this is from about 99. Yeah, 99, so late 90s. But I always remember this one. Kevin Bacon's character, just a family man, normal guy. Sort of goes to his party, one of his neighbours. I think someone does hypnotise him because he doesn't believe in it. You know, he's just straight down the line sort of character, doesn't believe in anything like that. I think it's his sister-in-law or something. Hypnotise him and basically sends his mind all over the place. He starts seeing these visions of this girl who's been murdered in his house, and he just leads him on a path of trying to find the killer and stuff. He's having these visions and really spooky stuff in this, if I remember rightly, and one I've really enjoyed. So picked up the Blu-ray, quite hard to find. So that's Stir of Echoes, guys, number 13. Number 12, I haven't seen this mentioned on many people's lists, Necromantic 2, Your Book Right. So I love Book Wright's films, and this is just another absolute bonkers film. Not his greatest work, but I really enjoy it. Really slow burn, but the ending, anyone who knows this movie, the ending is just an absolute payoff. Just watch it just for the ending. There's a bit of animal cruelty in here, guys, which is not great, but just the ending's absolutely mental. And it follows on from the first film and sort of carries on, and it's just real some sick stuff. But that's Necromantic 2, guys. Number 11, a great movie. We all know this one. From Dusk Till Dawn, Robert Rodriguez. This is a nice media book edition. But yeah, great film, George Clooney. And you've got Tarantino. Just a great sort of, at the start it's like an home invasion sort of movie, turns into a wicked vampire movie. What's her name? Salma Hayek. Is that her name? Salma Hayek is the hottest vampire ever, in my opinion. And just some great stuff. The greatest name of a pub ever, the Titty Twister. It's a brilliant film. This is a really nice edition, guys. So yeah, From Dusk Till Dawn is my number 11. Number 10, it had to be on there. The only horror film to ever win Best Picture at the Oscars, Silence of the Lambs. So this is a 3-pack, but it's got Silence of the Lambs, Red Dragon, and Hannibal. So Silence of the Lambs is like a 1991 movie. Just absolutely fantastic. They call it like a psychological thriller nowadays. I think that's because it won an Oscar, but it's definitely horror. There's no more horror than Hannibal Lecter, is there really? A guy who goes around killing people to eat them. So just brilliant. And the story itself, Jodie Foster sort of chasing him down and just trying to get into his mind, and then Buffalo Bill's side story sort of all interlocks, and just a few different side stories there, but quite get under your skin. Brilliant film. Silence of the Lambs is my number 10. It could have been higher. Number 9, I haven't got a copy of, it's a 3-pack again, the old Anchor Bay, so it's Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 3. So this is always one from the childhood again, 1992, Sam Raimi. Brilliant film, Bruce Campbell back, but taking a comical sort of turn, even more comical than Evil Dead 2. It's just a great ride, more like a fantasy horror. He ends up in like a medieval fortress, sort of gets his boomstick, which they've never sort of seen a gun before. They're all knights on bloody horseback and swords, and he sort of goes on this quest to get the Necronomicon back so he can go back home, sort of save the town. A bit of a love interest, really funny one-liners, great makeup, great effects. Yeah, Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness, my number 9 pick. Number 8, you know I love me Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So it's Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. This one was directed by Jeff Burr, and it's a really cool film. It's 1990. And when I first seen this, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, this is rubbish. But after I've watched it, and his chainsaw's amazing. The Saw his family. Basically about 2 college students, basically. And they bump into the Sawyers. And some really creepy moments in this. And I think Leatherface is absolutely brutal in this. Amazing. So, yeah, it's got to be up there. Number 8 pick. Leatherface. Number 7, it's got to be up there, just for the 90s aspect. Not one I've watched, I probably haven't watched it for nearly 15, 20 years, but Scream 1's got to be in there, guys. Another Wes Craven film, really big in the 90s, Craven. But what can I say, it just brought slashers back. It brought that college slasher back in the 90s, late 90s. You know, you had loads of spin-off sort of urban legend. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Loads, probably, I don't know, tens and tens and tens of bloody different movies like this. But this was the sort of original 90s teen slasher. Basically about Ghostface, and it was sort of who's done it, you know. Great, one of the best starts to a movie ever, with Drew Barrymore, you know, on the phone to Ghostface. Some great stuff. Need to watch it again because I haven't watched it for a long time. Probably a bit cringy now, but just for the aspect of sort of history and stuff. Scream, my number 7, guys. Number 6, I've already had it in my zombie one, but, you know, 1992, Peter Jackson, Brain Dead. Need to get a better copy than this. Just what more can I say? Brilliant. So before Peter Jackson brought you Lord of the Rings and stuff, he done Bad Taste and Brain Dead and stuff. They're just some sort of absolutely crazy New Zealand zombie movies that have got some of the best effects of the 90s. Gore, one of the goriest sort of films you can get, I should think. Especially the end sequence with the bloody propeller blade on the lawnmower. Anyone who knows that knows what I mean. There's blood everywhere. Great stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to say too much because I've already talked about it a lot, but everyone knows Brain Dead. Watch it, guys. One of the best movies of the 90s. It's up there. And number 5, just going back to my childhood again. It. So the 1991, Tommy Lee Wallace. Pennywise the Clown. Amazing. Absolutely brilliant, this one. Tim Curry as Pennywise is amazing. I do like Skarsgård as Pennywise as well, but this just always sticks in my mind. You know, it's like a made-for-TV movie. You got the first cut is the first part is the kids as the kids, then the second part is when they're adults. But I really like the kid part better than the adult part. But really cool movie. Not the greatest of acting, but one that really creeped a lot of people out in the early 90s. And say Tim Curry's Pennywise was amazing. The kid acting was, you know, the child acting was really good. I thought the adult acting not so good, but yeah, really cool movie, and one that'll always stick with me. So Stephen King's It, amazing. My number 4 is 1998. What's the guy's name? Hindu Nakata, Ringo. So this spawned an American remake and a lot of sequels. The American remake was a decent film with Naomi Watt, but not a patch on this one. This is a Japanese version from '98, and just really creepy. Brought us the first time we seen Samara, and just frightened everyone to death. You know, the story of watching a videotape and then dying in 7 days, and the girl coming out the telly from the well. Just the Japanese know how to do like tension in horror better than anyone. So this film, my number 4 spot, Ringo, brilliant movie, guys. If you haven't seen it, just absolutely amazing. Number 3, not everyone's going to like this, but it's got to be in there. It's not something I watch all the time, but definitely defined horror of, you know, the 90s or late 90s, let's say. And it's the Blair Witch Project, guys, from 1999. Just absolutely blew people away when this first come out. People were sort of dying nearly from watching this film, thinking it was real. Found footage in the woods, basically, in the search of the Blair Witch, and sort of stuff's happening on camera. And you really need to give it a rewatch, because I bet it'd be better now. I used to hate it when I was younger, but more times I've watched it, and I've got so much, you know, praise for this movie, because what it done is it spawned sort of, you know, sort of recording horror, you know what I mean? And loads of different spin-offs from this. So we've got Wreck, and we've got, you know, loads Paranormal Activity, loads of different movies. Sort of, this is where it all started, really, with the Blair Witch bringing it to the forecourt of, you know, doing that sort of home camera sort of thing. And I think they are really the scariest movies, sort of the ones that I took on home camera and sort of made to feel, you know, real. I always find them the most scary. So Blair Witch Project, just for what it's done, is at number 3 on my list. Number 2 on my list is Clive Barker. It's got to be. Sorry guys, I keep bending down on my chair. Nightbreed. I've got a few copies of this. Just a brilliant film. It could have been my number 1, but I'm going to go with it being my number 2. Clive Barker's Nightbreed. So you've got a wicked monster movie and a wicked slasher movie in one. It follows this guy named Boone, who's here, and he sort of ends up dying, and you've got a doctor here, Yeah, the Doctor's played by David Cronenberg, Dr. Decker, and he's killing a lot of people, and he frames Boone for it, and Boone ends up dying as a consequence, but he ends up at Midian, which is where all these monsters are, and he gets brought back to life as one of these demon sort of creatures. And it's pretty like, you think all these sort of creatures are bad, but some of them are good, and it's just got some absolutely brilliant makeup effects and brilliant characters. I really enjoy it. I know some people don't like it. It's really 90s, really got the 90s down feel. One that I can remember getting from the video shop over and over again. Nightbreed, Craig Schiffer, brilliant acting in this, I loved it. And just a brilliant film. So that's my number 2. Nightbreed, leading me on to my number 1. No surprise, Bernard Rose's Candyman. What can I say? One of the best slashers ever in my eyes. One of the greatest scores in horror, if not my favourite score in all horror, to be fair. I know there's been a lot, but absolutely love this. That diddle diddle dum dum dum, you know, that, oh, bikini green there. Just amazing. What can I say about a detective who is going on the hunt, sort of, you know, she's sort of doing a test, or sort of a thesis, I think they say in America, on the Candyman. It's not a cop, actually, it's like a student, and basically gets dragged into this world of Tony Todd's character, who was amazing in this. You sort of say his name 5 times in the mirror, and he comes out and sort of guts you, basically, with his hook. And she's just going through this really horrible setting, and it's just really gritty, really some great drama in this, as well as some great horror, great effects. This is an amazing addition, and it's just my favourite movie of the 90s, guys. So that's Candyman. So yeah, so they're all my films, guys. It's a bit of a long-winded video, but I hope you liked it. Tell me what you think of it, what you think of these films. If I'm wrong, if I'm right, interact with me, guys. I hope everyone's well. I'll do another competition soon. I've got quite a few prizes now, so yeah, not getting as many videos out as I like, but you know, like I say, check Jason and Joe out, the Horror Man and Horrific Nightmares JM, who do these videos, and you know, tag videos. A lot of people do them, but yeah, great stuff. Love the 90s horror. So yeah, I've been Tony, guys. I'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching.